you do get a lot of, shall we say, very parochial issues getting people elected these days, and always has been on the Isle of Man. You know, did you help so-and-so get a house? Did you fix the gate for them? Did you do this, that and the other? And whilst those things are very important on a constituency level, you know, you should help your constituents. We are being elected to be national politicians. And often enough, you don't get the chance to vote for somebody who you think would be a good national politician to represent the island, not just the constituency, but to represent the island and to look after the interests of the island, because they're standing in a different constituency to your own. And I know in the last administration, there were the boundary changes, so we changed it to make everything fairer. So we've now got 12 constituencies with 2 members each. A number of us actually voted for 6 constituencies with 4 members each, which would have made it a bit bigger. And certainly I've always thought that my preference would be for just an all-island vote, because it affects everybody.
On the flip side of the coin there, with 12 2-seat constituencies now, it's taken a long time to get to that point, as you say. Why rock the boat again?
It's a bit revolutionary, isn't it? I mean, I wasn't actually rocking the boat. I was just saying I thought that what had happened in Guernsey was a very good idea. And certainly, why wouldn't we want to look into it? We can see how it goes there and then see if it's appropriate for here. My personal feeling is that I think it would be. I think it would make better politics. I think it would give people more of a say in actually who was going to represent the island as a whole. And I just think it would be a good idea to explore. And don't forget, Guernsey had a referendum first to see if that's what the people wanted. Now, whatever I think as personally actually is immaterial. We should be doing what the people think is the best thing in this instance. And that's what they did in Guernsey. They had a referendum and the people decided that's what they wanted. So, as I say, we can see how it works out and see if it's appropriate for us.
Would you like to see a referendum here then?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Why not ask people what they want? You're meant to be representing them. It's not something that's talked about on the doorsteps. So, because it just doesn't cross people's minds to think about it. So, yeah, why not ask people what they think?
Some would say choosing between 3 different people is a hard enough task. Is giving people more than 60 manifestos to wade through for an election a bit of a tall order?
I suppose it can be. But then the people who really want to go do that and want to have a say, knowing everything that's put in front of them, I mean, but you'd have politicians voted in on their policies rather than because they're known in your area, which happens a lot.
But again,
so yeah, there's force and against it, isn't there?
Would you not lose, saying yes, you get your national politician, but then you may also lose your local representative because candidates would be canvassing in the higher or the more populated areas where all the votes are, and maybe missing out on some of the smaller areas like Bride?
No, well, I certainly wouldn't look at it that way, because some of the more influential people, and I don't mean wealthy influential, but people who've got the contacts politically or the contacts through a variety of charities or whatever, they don't necessarily live in the built-up areas, but they're what you would call a sort of centre of influence. They influence a lot of people by what they say and how they say it and who they talk about. So that doesn't always follow suit. So I know I can take your point, but I'm just saying it's not necessarily always that way.